Before we dive in, here's a question for you. What do you think is Singapore's greatest strength in uncertain times, its government or its people? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Singapore's survival and success depend on two things: a trusted government and a united citizenry. But as the nation gears up for the next general election, public concerns over the rising cost of living and housing affordability continue to dominate conversations. So, what did Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong say about Singapore's future? And more importantly, how are Singaporeans reacting? At the Teck Ghee Community Club's Chinese New Year dinner on February 8th, SM Lee laid out a clear message. Singapore's ability to thrive hinges on having a strong, capable government and a cohesive society. Over the past 60 years, political stability has allowed Singapore to implement long-term policies without disruption. SM Lee contrasted this with countries facing political gridlock, where policies constantly shift, resulting in lost opportunities and economic uncertainty. And speaking of stability, the economy grew by 4% in 2024. Inflation has started to ease, offering some relief to households, and the government is pushing forward with its ambitious plan to launch 100,000 build-to-order flats by 2025 under the new Standard, Plus, and Prime framework. This means more housing options and, potentially, more affordability. But is this enough to address public frustrations? SM Lee acknowledged that global uncertainties remain a major concern. Tensions between the US and China, the ongoing war in Ukraine, and a shifting geopolitical landscape mean Singapore must stay adaptable. He warned that with the US moving towards a more transactional approach in foreign relations, global stability is no longer guaranteed. So how does this impact Singapore? It means that the government must carefully navigate trade relationships, economic policies, and national security to safeguard Singapore's future. But let's get real. What Singaporeans want to know is how the government plans to help them right now. The cost of living remains one of the top worries, and SM Lee addressed this directly. He highlighted government support measures such as CDC vouchers, GST vouchers, and YouSave rebates. In January alone, households received $300 in CDC vouchers. And according to SM Lee, more financial aid is coming in the upcoming budget. Housing remains another hot topic. The government is trying to make BTO flats more accessible, and with HDB clearing its COVID-19 construction backlog, young couples can expect shorter waiting times. In Teck Ghee, the Central Trio BTO project under the Plus framework aims to provide more subsidies to eligible buyers. But will this be enough to make homeownership truly affordable? Let us know your thoughts. Beyond the immediate concerns, SM Lee also outlined major infrastructure projects, including Changi Airport Terminal 5, Tuas Megaport, and the expansion of MRT lines like the Thomson East Coast Line and Cross Island Line. These projects are meant to boost Singapore's connectivity and improve public transport efficiency. But here's a question. Are these long-term projects a priority when many Singaporeans are struggling with daily expenses? On the sustainability front, the Long Island Reclamation Project is expected to protect Singapore from rising sea levels while unlocking new development opportunities. Meanwhile, more HDB rooftops will see solar panel installations to lower energy costs, potentially easing service and conservancy charges. But the most striking part of SM Lee's speech? His emphasis on strengthening Singapore's social fabric. Initiatives like SG Share, a national giving movement tied to Singapore's 60th year of independence, are meant to encourage volunteerism and community spirit. This, alongside programs like ComLink Plus and the Fresh Start housing scheme, aims to bridge social inequality and ensure that all Singaporeans have access to opportunities. Despite all these announcements, public reaction has been mixed. While some Singaporeans appreciate the stability and forward-looking policies, others remain skeptical. Comments on platforms like CNA and the Straits Times suggest that many see SM Lee's speech as repeating the same reassurances without addressing the root causes of public frustration. Some believe the current leadership lacks the decisive vision of the late Lee Kuan Yew, while others argue that increasing opposition representation might be necessary to push for stronger solutions. So now, over to you. Do you think the government's efforts are enough to address Singaporeans' concerns? Or do you believe more drastic changes are needed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this news breakdown valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help us reach 11,000 subscribers. Your support keeps us bringing you in-depth, factual news that matters. Stay informed. Stay engaged. This is 2230.